Only memory I had as a kid was being in the room and feeling them insert the catheter, which was just this extremely sharp pain.
So then when they started trying to catheterize me, I had to be held down. Multiple nurses or assistants or doctors holding my legs, down and open on the table.
I've always suspected on some level that I have trauma for all of my life. I thought a lot of things that I thought were concerning. I won't go into them, and I really thought I had been traumatized by a family member when I was younger, too young to remember and forgot.
I had a lot of really concerning behaviors. I talked to her for an hour and a half about this, and she told both my boyfriend and I, who were in the room, and she was like, Molly, have you been assaulted as a child?
Being a kid, you have this procedure and then you show all the signs of child sexual abuse. So I was like, okay, that's why.
Out that this is incredibly common, that all the sort of gaslighting that I had done to myself over the years, finding out slowly that all of those excuses I made for the doctors and nurses in that room didn't really cut it.
I always want to say that I'm the kind of girl who would beat the living crap out of a person who was trying to hurt me, but I'm not that girl. My natural response is to freeze and dissociate and just wait, because that's what I was taught. That I saw that article on how it could cause trauma similar to that of assault, and it just clicked for me.
I was goofing around and making jokes and all this stuff until they started hurting me and until they started holding my legs down for the procedure.
I think the thing that's helped me the most is talking about my vaginismus, because I know a lot of people say that they don't think that this test causes sexual trauma, but for me, it did cause sexual trauma because of the fact that now I am terrified of sex and terrified of intimacy.
Terrified of sex. I'm terrified of childbirth, pregnancy and childbirth.
Being a parent, I'm not sure if that's something that I could ever do. I don't know if I could ever go through pregnancy and childbirth. I don't know if I could ever go to a gynecology appointment.
Some people also don't believe vaginismus is real, but it has helped a lot of people see that this has a real impact on my life. I have spent thousands of dollars and hours of my time trying to fix this issue. That's all because of this test. When I'm dilating, when I'm in physical therapy, when I'm trying to work on this, I start to have these panicking thoughts of oh my God, it's in my urethra. It's reminding me of a catheter. I feel like I'm back there.
I would wad up toilet paper so that I wouldn't have to feel my anatomy through it.
I avoided doctors for my whole life. Avoidance of medical care has been a very huge issue for me, and I feel like that's definitely a very under-recognized barrier to medical care.
We might not be able to have our own children. I don't know if I'm ever going to be in a place where I feel comfortable going through pregnancy and childbirth.
So many people that could have stepped in and they didn't. For that reason, I'll never be able to forgive them. I understand that there are people that make mistakes. I still can't forgive the mistake they made to me. Now I live with this the rest of my life, and I will suffer every day the rest of my life as a result of this.
And I always feel like I'm overreacting, because that's what I was told back then when I had my own concerns about what was happening to me.
You need to listen to us. You need to listen to those kids that are telling you that this is wrong.
I was suicidal and I was self-harming all throughout that time of my life. You don't really know what's going on in your own head and your own body, especially when you're a kid.
I lost a lot of my childhood to depression, which was absolutely crippling. I was suicidal at the age of 8, and that continued until my 20s. Every day it felt impossible.
Now it really makes sense. Child rape victims experience a lot of the same symptoms we do.
That's a burden I still carry with me. I think the hardest thing is to believe myself